Good evening everyone and happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. I am excited about this special Father's Day edition because I wanted to dedicate this video to my super daddy who had taught me the most important lesson in life, that is to learn from the mistakes that I had made, whether intentionally or unintentionally. Mistakes are unavoidable, but we can do our best to reduce the chances of them happening, but not completely. The same goes to work life as a pharmacist. The content was adapted from a true incident happened last year in April which led to incident reporting and root cause analysis.
Before we delve into the reports, let's get the mindset right. The model that I liked the most is the Swiss cheese model proposed by the researcher Reason. Mistakes or losses happen due to multiple factors instead of putting the blame on one person. For more information, kindly check on the resources at the bottom of this slide. While I was interviewing the head of inpatient pharmacy department, she told me to err is human and systems have to be in place to make mistakes very difficult to occur. It is an inspiring quote that I remembered until today and will be keep in my mind in future. This doesn't mean that errors can be left unchecked, but instead of focusing our energy on pinning the blame on others, we shall focus our attention on what can be done to the system, the facility, the staff and all other things to prevent similar errors from recurring.
While I was interviewing the head of inpatient pharmacy department, she told me to err is human and systems have to be in place to make mistakes very difficult to occur. It is an inspiring quote that I remembered until today and will be keep in my mind in future. This doesn't mean that errors can be left unchecked, but instead of focusing our energy on pinning the blame on others, we shall focus our attention on what can be done to the system, the facility, the staff and all other things to prevent similar errors from recurring.
I did incident reporting using from IR 1.1. This form had 8 sections to be filled in. The first part is the incident particulars. I put everything I filled into the template in colored fonts. The actual date and time could be traced from FI's dispensing page easily. The second section is patient particulars. Diagnosis could be found on the prescription. The third section is incident description. On the 16th of April 2020, patient Sue was prescribed with 3 tubes of Umavate cream to be applied on red, itchy area for seborrheic dermatitis. 1 tube of Umavate cream was being transcribed, filled and dispensed as mometasone furoate 0.1% cream. About 2 weeks later, patient returned for balance medications and this error was being detected and corrected. Section D needs supervisor to help fill in this part. For Section E, circle the appropriate level of severity. This will determine whether a root cause analysis is needed. For my case, as the error reached patient, RCA report is needed. For Section F, fill in all the possible factors. For this section, I wrote down suggested action plans and let my boss check and edit again. This part requires boss to complete the form.
Welcome to this 10 pages root cause analysis report. The first page described the incident, quite similar to the one in incident report form. In this page, the detail sequence and the person responsible at all stages should be written down. On the 19th of April 16, patient was prescribed with 3 tubes of Umavate cream to be applied on red, itchy area for seborrheic dermatitis. Patient came in for her medications with the prescription number 123,456. Transaction of the prescription number 123,456 was done to designate supply quantity 1 tube and to generate drug label. Prescription number 123,456 was filled. Prescription number 123,456 was dispensed. About 2 weeks later, on the 29th of April 2019, patient came in for her balance medications with the prescription number 123,456. Transaction of the prescription number 123,456 was done to designate supply quantity 1 tube and to generate drug label.
Page 3 required potential causes to be traced. In my case, 2 factors identified is peak hour and inexperienced staff leading to the error. On page 4, by using event causal factor chart, this errors happened at transcribing, filling and dispensing, all 3 stages. This was similar to 3 holes on 3 successive slices of cheese lining up, allowing error to occur. This is the continuation of previous page. If your incident involved many stages, you might need 2 pages, but my case did not need as much. If you are not keen to use event causal factor chart, you may consider to use this 5 why method to find the root cause.
On page 7, different factors are being coded, and I was required to list down the root cause by code with explanation. Action plans are also coded in 6 categories, which include elimination, substitution, engineering control, administrative control, personal protective equipment and others. On page 9, using the codes in page 7 and 8 to fill in this page accordingly. You may need to crack some brain juice on writing outcome measures. Lastly, is to describe residual risk and learning points from this incident. The first one is compliance to SOP of screening, filling, dispensing should be emphasized at all time. Secondly, officers during dispensing must be alert at all times during peak hour, as to prevent error from reaching patient. Furthermore, staff should take initiatives to familiarize with all brand and generic names of medicines available in own facility. Some references might be of interest to you.
Thank you for watching. What kinds of videos you would like to see in future? Kindly comment below to let me know. If you like my craftwork, click like, share and the subscribe button. See you all in the next episode. Don't forget to love your dad too.